Hey guys, it's Comic Central here, and today we're going to be doing the history of the Aquaman villains, the Trench. Let's get into this. The Trench first appeared in Volume 7 of Aquaman, Issue 1 in November of 2011, by comic writer Jeff Johns. He made them the villains for Aquaman within the newly created New 52 universe. In their first appearance, the Trench attack a town and boat and kill, eat, and destroy many of the inhabitants in their town. They display a complete lack of empathy and rely on their primal instinct to feed. They are also seen eating their own race after they've been killed. Trench are called the Trench because they live in the trench. But not just any trench, it's the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest part in the world's oceans. The Trench are also a race in DC Comics, so this history video isn't of a character, but of a race or group within DC, so it's a little similar in some aspects to the History of the Eternals video I made a little while back. After this happened, the police call Aquaman and Mera to help them in their investigation. The police divers eventually find a cocoon in the water, which contains a dog. They bring the cocoon to the surface, which alerts the Trench who attacked them. While Aquaman and Mera fight off the creature's attacks, the king of the Trench marks Aquaman as food to be brought back down to the ocean floor. Aquaman battles the king as Mera holds off the rest of the Trench. The king calls for a retreat with their captured food as they dive back into the deep where they came from. Aquaman takes one of the dead Trench to be examined. Mera and Aquaman dive into the Mariana Trench to save the food captured by the Trench, who are some of the townspeople who they attacked. They soon discover a crashed Atlantean ship that had been attacked by the savage creatures. As well as this discovery, they also find the spawn of the Trench to be sick and dying. After this, they then discover the throne room, or breeding room, where the king and queen both are. They discover that the Trench were just trying to gather enough food for their sick and dying young. Aquaman then tears off the roof of the cave, which contains the captured townspeople, and heads to the surface. The Trench, including their king and queen, follow them, but Aquaman triggers a volcanic reaction with his trident. The trench in which the creatures live in starts to collapse as Aquaman seals it closed with another huge rock. It's later revealed that the Trench used to be inhabitants of Atlantis before the Seven Kingdoms were destroyed and submerged by the dead King Atlan. Only 3 major colonies or groups of old Atlantis survived that event, including the Atlanteans Aquaman comes from, who is the main group to continue thriving in Atlantis. The Zebelians live in the Bermuda Triangle, and the Trench were thrown deep within the Marianas Trench. Here they evolved and adapted different traits, powers, and appearances from other Atlanteans. They've even developed an alternate language. Because they live in such a deep environment, they have evolved to withstand the extremely deep sea pressures, something that not even the other Atlanteans such as Aquaman and Mera can withstand. They also have a king and queen, who look physically different from the other working class Trench. When the king marks his prey for food, the other Trench will back off. New 52 Justice League series, the Volume 2 storyline called Throne of Atlantis, seen the Trench attack the Atlanteans, surface dwellers or humans like you or I, and the Justice League after Aquaman's friend and more importantly mentor, Volko, used Atlan's scepter to control the Trench. This was all a part of a deadly yet successful plan by Volko to make Aquaman take on the role of the King of Atlantis and all of its peoples. The Trench follow the wielder of the dead king's scepter, and although Aquaman thinks that the scepter doesn't hold any mystical control over the Trench, they believe the one who holds the scepter is their leader. The Trench can spit a chemical from their mouths, which can cause paralysis in their victim. As well as this power, they also have superhuman strength, speed, durability, reflexes, stamina, and enhanced senses. They also have enhanced vision to the point where they can see perfectly in the pitch blackness of the deep ocean. Their hearing is also far superior to that of a regular human. The Trench are also equipped with razor-sharp teeth that are capable of being able to pierce through Aquaman's scale armor and even his flesh. Considering bullets bounce off his armor and draw a tiny amount of blood off his skin, if that is an impressive feat for the Trench. They are also incredibly skilled swimmers, which makes a lot of sense considering they do live in water. They are not without weaknesses though. They have diminished intellects, meaning that they are not very smart. The Trench will appear in the upcoming Aquaman movie. They are also seen within the trailer. And that brings us to the end of yet another video. If you did like this video, make sure to hit that like button to let me know. Also, don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions on The Trench, as well as any video ideas you'd like for me to make in the near future. Also, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with new videos coming out every Wednesday and Sunday. And with that said, I'll see you guys next video. Bye.